World Stormer of the Year is underway. How good is it to have ball back, folks? Fourth down and 12 to keep the game alive in overtime number 2. Here comes the blitz. Castellanos in trouble. Heaves one towards the end zone. Intercepted. It's over. Virginia has done it.
Control. After the timeout, 2nd and 10. Castellanos sensing pressure. Takes off. There's a flag. Castellanos has the first down and a lot more. They'll slide in at the 12. Another flag flies in. Castellanos tried to give himself up, and Mitch Lieber. On one occasion, they referenced Tommy Castellanos as more than a player, more like a son.
The fouls by each team. Holding. Offense number 57. After the play, personal foul, late hit with targeting. Defense number 32. Was it? Number 32. The previous play is under further review.
Until now.
After further review, the ruling on the...
Noonkester catches the punt. It's a short one. It hits a Florida State player on the helmet. It rolls backwards. Scramble for the ball. Who's got it? I think it's going to be the punter that recovered it. NC State of Newcastle recovered the football. It hit KJ Kirkland in the helmet. 24, he has no idea.
He's trying all he can because he hears the Peter call from the return man. And that's an indicator to get away from the area, get away from the football, and he can't get there faster.
Magway goes under center. Play action. Rolls out. Throws. It's caught. Touchdown, Florida. It's Jaden Bond. Jaden Bond.
Welcome to the schedule reveal for 2026. We had to do a little quick recap of what happened. So that was the quickest.
And I don't like it.
No.
Alabama.
We got to take a line from Neil Diamond. We got some highs, we got some lows, and why the man knows the feeling about. So we had some highs because of the big win over Alabama, and Johnny Mack was there having a good time at that game, right, big guy? You're having fun. Yeah. And then all of a sudden everything just went downhill. It was a train.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Never.
Hold on.
You have a few.
Okay, now we got the mic on.
There we go.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
You're all good. All good, Johnny. All good, brother.
All right. So we got the schedule. Hi, Priscilla. How you doing?
Hi, I'm hanging in there, thanks.
That's good. That's good.
Barely.
I'm
We're
doing
all
okay
ready
too.
for warm weather, and I know how cold it is in Tallahassee, and it's like you guys. It's like, can it be spring sports season? I want to see Florida State softball and Florida State baseball.
Yeah. Cold, Adam.
Cold.
Chris and I are living in the Arctic temperatures here.
Oh,
Exactly. Exactly. All right. The first game of the year is going to be against New Mexico State. Okay. That's the first game of the year. So that should be a victory, but we don't know what type of quarterback we're going to have and what the heck's going on. So Priscilla, what do you think about that first game? That's going to be week 0, like always. Another week 0 game.
Mexico State.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know much about. Right. Well, anything can happen. Sometimes I feel like we go into our first games, no matter who it is, like with Alabama last year, really well, or not, like in Ireland. But I think I have a feeling we'll go in well. I just don't know how we're going to do all season because once again, I don't know what the chemistry of this team is going to be like.
Right.
So many left, so many new ones coming in. who's going to be quarterback. I would have liked to have seen Sperry be trained up more for that position, but it looks like we've got another contender in
Right.
there. Alec,
Crazy.
is it? So, like I said, you don't know what you're getting. I don't think we know what we're getting.
No,
And it's been that way, right?
Yeah. Right, Johnny. We don't even know who's going to be showing up on practice when they first do fall practice in 1st of August. We have no idea.
I know, man. New Mexico State, as far as the opening game, man, it's not like one of those pushovers.
Right.
You're playing a strong Division I team, but like she said, hopefully we'll have everything ready to go that first game. At least, I'm glad we're not opening up with Alabama this year like we did last year.
Right. That's true. That's a good point. Adam, what do you think about that game?
Well, it's week 0. At least Florida State can get national attention.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the game will be played on an ESPN network. Most likely, probably going to be the ACC network. And, well, I guess all eyes will be on Tallahassee to see how Mike Norvell does. And we'll see how everything gels.
Right. That's a good point. I agree. All right, so Labor Day night, we got SMU coming to town, and they have never played at Florida State in their history of mankind. This is their second meeting ever, all time. The last time we all know about what happened in 2024, we went to Texas and got blown out, on national TV. So it's a home opener for the ACC schedule. So, Johnny, what do you think about having that game on Labor Day night?
Personally, living in Tallahassee, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as having to travel from out of town, it's a lot more convenient for me because I live there.
Right.
But as far as people having to travel, I don't really care for it because it puts a lot of people having to, because when they get those games like that, man, sometimes they bump the hotel rooms up from 2 nights to 3 nights.
Mm-hmm.
So, most of the people are going to get there Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So it tends to get a little more expensive. I think we're going to have a good crowd because it's the home opener. But I'm not a big fan of the Monday night just because, especially as far as travel. Are you going to get, we're playing at home the week before. Right. Are you going to get that, especially, we win that opening game. Hopefully you're going to have more people come back. But it just, as far as travel, it doesn't do a whole lot for people that don't live in Tallahassee as far as having to travel home on Tuesday.
Yeah. And plus it's Labor Day weekend, and a lot of people like to go to the beach and like to go do things, so it's a little hard to, attract people to Tallahassee to watch SMU, and that game is going to be a primetime game on Labor Day night, so that's going to be an interesting. And plus, the next day everybody has to go to school. Probably, all the schools are open because that's after Labor Day. So
people have to go back to work.
Right, exactly. So it's going to be very interesting. Yeah. So Matt, what do you think about SMU coming to Tallahassee? SMU beat Florida State a couple of years ago, during that run they went to the ACC championship game and lost to Clemson. So you don't even know what type of SMU squad you're going to see on Labor Day night because that's their first game of the year.
Well, I think personally that a lot would tell us how Florida State's going to play with the SMU game and the Alabama game a couple weeks after because they play them on September 19th. So that'll tell us what kind of Florida State team we have and everything. New Mexico State, they should win by, in my opinion, at least 50. That's not going to be a team that's going to really tell us. Now, if they play poorly, then of course, okay, we're all going to open up our eyes. But that should be an absolute blowout. But the SMU Alabama game, really how they play against them, if they win against those two teams, and that's going to show us the kind of team that Norvell has, and also Alabama. It really depends what kind of team that they show up with, what kind of mentality that those players show up with on September 19th. Do they show up with the mentality of, hey, we're going to play ball or not play ball like they did the last couple games of the season?
Right. Well, they have an open date on the 12th. So I think that's still good for us because if we beat SMU, we'll be 2-0. And then you have an open date and you get everybody to be excited because Florida's going to be 2-0 and Alabama will be whatever. I don't know what their schedule is. So they could be 1-1 or 2-0. So it could be another 2-0 versus 2-0 game, and that might be a 3:30 game on ESPN or on ABC.
Or I mean, who knows? Game day might go down there.
Yeah, you never know. So Priscilla, we were asking Matt and Johnny about
Sorry, I
the SMU
disappeared
game.
on y'all.
That's okay. What do you think about that game on Labor Day night? Because another Labor Day night game for us. We don't do the last couple of times we played on Labor Day. We don't do really well.
Yeah, which game is that? The SMU one?
Yeah, SMU. Mm-hmm.
I don't like playing on Monday or Friday night. I don't like playing on anything but Saturday, to be honest with you. I mean, I just feel like I don't know, it's like a Arcadia rhythm thing for them. I don't know. I don't feel like it's good luck for us, but maybe that's a silly take on it, but
Right.
I'm not big on that. I'm not big on a Monday night game. I mean, the kids have been through the weekend, and I get, they're going to probably be made to rest and all that and do what they do before a game, but it just feels weird, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it feels weird because we all know what's
It
going on
throws
down in
off.
Tallahassee.
Yeah, I think they're thrown off of their.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The world of football, college football has changed so much in the last year or two, and then we watched the mass exodus of a lot of our players in the last several weeks. So I'd be interested to see what we come up with this next year. I mean, we got some great players, but also, like I said, and I've been saying to y'all so many times, what is the chemistry going to be with these kids with one another? Because so many people are coming and going. It's like a revolving door. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't know what we're going to get this year at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
Could be surprised. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Okay, so we got SMU on Labor Day, and then we have a bye week, and then we got Alabama. We have to go to Alabama. So we were just talking about that 2-0. It might be a 2-0 matchup between both schools again, and this time it's now in Alabama. If Mike Novell wins this game, he'll be 3-0, or if he is 3-0, or he could be 1-2. We don't know what the records are going to be. We're just taking a speculation of what we think in our minds. If this was Bobby Bowden's Florida State squad, it would be 3-0. Right, Johnny.
No doubt.
Yeah, so now we're trying to think backwards, going, no, it could be 1-2, or it could be But anyway, so I feel like let's start with Adam. So with that game last year against Alabama, that kind of was basically our Super Bowl, because after that was over, everything went downhill. We couldn't even win a game until we had to play Virginia Tech, pretty much.
And actually, Chris, I actually have Alabama's schedule pulled up here. So before they play Florida State, their home opener is versus East Carolina, and then on September 12th they go. Their SEC opener is in Lexington, Kentucky, at Kentucky.
Okay, so they could be 2-0, but Kentucky's not that really good. They have a new coach this year, and East Carolina's pretty decent in the American. They played really well this year, so we don't know what. So they could be 1-1, or they could be 2-0.
That's true, and a lot of those kids who are probably that are in Alabama last year most likely will be on the team this coming year, and obviously they want revenge on what happened in Tallahassee. So I'm expecting hopefully it's a good close game when we go to Tuscaloosa.
Right. Matt, you're the resident Alabama guy that you like Alabama. So, so you saw them against Indiana at the end of the year at the Rose Bowl. They looked atrocious. So, do you think they're going to be that great when it gets week 3 against Florida State?
Are you talking about Alabama?
Yeah, Alabama.
It honestly depends on the mindset that those players have. If this was a Nick Saban team, I would say hands down Alabama wins. This is not Nick Saban. He's retired, and so the whole the whole layout of just the team, the way the players play. Like I don't see. Why do you see motivation about? Oh well, if I want to play today, I will. If I want to play to my best, I will. If I don't, I don't. It's such lackadaisical and just such lethargic play. Like when they played against Florida State the first game of the season, that was atrocious. I mean, they showed no determination, motivation, drive, or nothing. They acted like they didn't want to be there. And but yet then they can beat four top 25 teams, ranked teams and everything. So it doesn't make sense. And then at the end of the season, they get blown out to Georgia. Then they get blown out by another team and everything. In the Indiana in the playoffs and everything.
Right.
So it just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's like they're either really great and they're the Alabama when Nick Saban was the coach, or they just absolutely are terrible. And then the fans and people want DeBoer gone. So, I mean, honestly, if Florida State comes in with the mentality of, you know what, this is a great team like Alabama, and we're going to go ahead and play our best. If Florida State plays their best, then Florida State will win, because I just don't think Alabama has that drive that they used to.
Right. All right. Yeah, go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, that's a good take on that, but I wouldn't have assumed, even if we come in there and play great, I mean, it's going to take same kind of effort we had this open the season last year to go up to Alabama and win that game.
Yeah. Oh yes, it will. It will. Yeah, it definitely will take a great effort. But yeah, I mean, it definitely will and everything. But I mean, if what Florida State comes in there just mentally prepared and really focused, I mean, that's really half the battle, because you got an Alabama team and an Alabama coach that I don't know what in the world they're doing in that organization. That, you know, you can play 1 week great, phenomenal, and then next week you play like you never played before. So I don't know what they're doing, but whatever they're doing is not working.
Right.
Yeah, and obviously we know that quarterback Ty Simpson is not returning to Alabama, and he's declaring for the NFL draft. So we really don't know who the quarterback for Alabama is going to be. So I mean, you could have a fresh quarterback from Alabama going up against a fresh quarterback from Florida State. You know, pick the unexpected, I guess.
And and Adam, and when I mean, that's a great point. And the thing is that I honestly give Florida State the edge. I know they're playing Tuscaloosa, but I mean, I really give Florida State. I honestly think Florida State can win. Just because of the tremendous lack of inconsistency, or the lack of consistency of Alabama's play from week to week. You just don't know what kind of play you're going to get from them. So I honestly think that Florida State can go up there and win, but Florida State has to play their A-plus game to do that.
Right. All right, let's move on with the schedule here. So the next home game is against Central Arkansas, and I know about this team because they played New Hampshire a couple years ago in the playoffs. But last year they were 3-9, and they had a tough schedule. They opened up against Missouri last year. This year they played on September 12th North Dakota State. That's a pretty hard team there. You know, so Central Arkansas has them coming to their neck of the woods. So you don't know what type of team. Like we're just speculating here in January. You know, we got a whole 6 months. We don't even have the ACC kickoff until July. So we still trying to. We're going to dissect all these games by the time we get to August and September. So everybody will be like basically sick and tired of hearing it. You know, so, right? You know, like last year, like we were sitting here with the schedule for Alabama, and then all of a sudden you hear, Tommy started talking about trash about Alabama in like the springtime or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I'm like, really, dude? Seriously? You know.
And he lived up to it, Chris.
Yeah, he backed it up on it, but it's a little hard to talk trash when you're coming into a team that's 2-10.
Right, and you're opening the season with Alabama.
Yeah. So basically shut your mouth next time. And you're lucky that, Alabama, we beat them at home. It could have been I was reading something that could have been worse. It could have been a blowout.
See,
Yeah.
and if that was a Nick Saban team, I mean that he would have made sure that those players were prepared, and he would not have let that happen. But again, when you got a coach like DeBoer who just has this very easygoing, lackadaisical, oh guys, let's go ahead and enjoy ourselves on the football field.
Right.
Yeah, that's the kind of play you're going to get.
All right. Priscilla, what do you think about that game, against Central Arkansas? We don't even know who they are. We don't play them that much, but they do play tough opponents in the SBS with North Dakota State coming to their neck of the woods. So it's going to be a decent game, hopefully. Oh, you're muted.
Priscilla, you're muted.
All right, I'm in.
Got it. Sorry. I think when we play teams like that, expect the unexpected.
True.
I mean, you could go in thinking Central Arkansas, and then they could whoop us. I don't think it could go either way.
Oh,
at this point, given what we've been going through the last 2 to 3 years. I don't know much about Central Arkansas. Are they pretty decent?
Well, they do have.
Are they good?
No, they're not.
Well, they do have a.
I'm not sure that matters for us though. So.
Well, I mean, if you look at their home field, it's really, really weird. It's like purple and gray. I mean,
but it's pretty cool. It's a cool field if you look at it. But like Washington has the red field.
Yeah.
And then you got Boise that has the blue field.
Yeah.
So it's basically, and then they have this purple and black field. It's pretty, or whatever, gray or whatever the heck it is. Pretty cool looking.
Purple and gray.
Yeah.
When I first looked at the schedule tonight, like just skimmed over it because I didn't know that's what y'all were going to specifically talk about. I saw a lot more than normal teams on there that I didn't really, you don't see that often, or I don't see that often.
Right.
So. You know what I mean? And obviously things have been changing in the last year or so with the playoffs and how many people or teams but I don't know anything about a lot. Some of these teams. So we're up against
All right, let's just let's move on from this one. Let's start our second ACC game of the year is against Virginia at home. And I know we want to revenge that terrible overtime loss we had, double overtime loss in Charlottesville, because I think we got screwed out of the some of the refs in that one. So Johnny, if you beat Virginia, so basically you could be 2-0 in the ACC going into early October.
Yeah, I mean, if you can pull off that win, which like you say last year, man, that was a tough game to lose, and I think we got the short end of the stick on a couple calls there.
Yeah.
I think if we start the beginning of the season and let's say we lose to Alabama, but we're 3-1 going into that game, I think that's a good place to be at. And then if you beat Alabama and possibly 4-0, I think playing Virginia, it's one of those things. It's payback time for what happened last year. Because if you win that game, I think that might have changed a little bit of our season last year. If you go up there and win a hard fought game on the road. Yep. I think that might have changed our season a little bit last year. Maybe not a whole lot, but I think you probably end up with maybe 8 wins instead of 5. I think it kind of catapults you to believing in yourself a little bit more. But I think going in that game, hopefully we're going to be 3-1 at least, and then just handle business at home.
Yeah. Adam, what do you think about that game?
Well, I'll agree with what Johnny said. It's a revenge game after what happened in Charlottesville last year. Obviously, it was the 30th anniversary game for Virginia since it was 30 years ago that they beat Florida State at Scott Stadium. And it's like, we want revenge this year. And the good
but
thing
we don't know what Virginia team's going to be there because this year Chad Morris is gone. Most of the people like DeMar Carter, who is a friend of ours here on the show from Maryland, he's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So you basically have a whole new Virginia team. And okay, Elliot, you got 11 wins this year. Let's see if you can try to do it again next year.
Right.
Oh,
Because this time last year, right, guys, he was on the hot seat and he was going to be out of there, quickly, and I guess he saved his job for one more year because he got all the good recruits from the transfer portal. But yeah, we'll see what he's going to do next year. They open up against Norfolk State and they got Delaware on their schedule. And then they go to then they come here in October 3rd. Yeah, you don't even know what Virginia team's going to show up. Is it going to be the one that was like disaster 2 years ago, or the one that won 11 games and won the Gator Bowl?
True.
Yeah, crazy. So Matt, let's move on to one of our Friday night games. I guess we love Friday nights, but I don't like.
Why?
Yeah,
it's called.
Well, I think we should play on Saturday, just like
Thank you.
On Saturday.
Thank you.
So this one is actually at Louisville. Rematch of the ACC championship game from 2 years ago when we beat them in Charlotte, and Adam and I were there to watch that game, and and we remember it was raining before the game, and it was kind of misty, kind of cold evening, but and we all know what happened after that. We got shafted.
I was there as well, and I remember watching them, and they played one heck of a game, and I feel that Florida State deserved and earned a right to or a spot to get into the playoffs. I think that I really feel that they deserve to get into the playoffs.
I do a lot of analysis of different teams, and I try to find where things go wrong. Like with the Orioles. I found out when the Orioles were doing so well in '96 and '97, and then Manu Benitez gave up that home run to Almar. They went right in the tank right after that. Same as the Mets, we gave up that home run to Molina, in 2007, and then we made it to the World Series in 2015, and ever since then we're trying to get back there. I feel like that snub in the college football playoff really set us back because you saw a whole different type of Mike in 2024 that we were wondering what the heck's going on with him. He wasn't happy-go-lucky guy. That we saw the ACC kickoff, right, Adam and Matt?
Correct.
Yeah, he was happy-go-lucky. We saw him in 2024 in Charlotte that July. Like he didn't want to be there, Johnny. Correct. He wanted to go home. He didn't want.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, nobody. I don't think he'll ever admit it, man. But I think we all know that snub, man. I mean, if you could see the look on his face that day they announced that.
Yeah.
And man, it was just. I mean, I think I ain't gonna say it broke him, but man, that hurt.
Oh, it did. And I feel like and I think we're trying to get back to where we were, but we went 2-10, and then last year Adam and I saw him at ACC kickoff, and he sounded like a Southern preacher man.
He did, and
he got on the podium and started like pounding his fist and doing all this. I'm like, okay, all right, what are we going to do here this year, big guy?
Yeah.
We never really. And Chris's call, we never really saw that in any one of his games. It's like, what happened in Charlotte? It's because you go from that in Charlotte to that.
I think he put all his cards against Alabama because he wanted to show people that we were actually better than we were in 2024, and I think he was more possessed about that game because Alabama screwed us over in 2023, so he wanted to prove a point. Say, let me destroy them at home to make a point, and we won, but it didn't really do anything afterwards.
It got our hopes up. It got our hopes up.
Right.
to be let down.
Again.
What do you think, Priscilla? Because I feel like we talked about this game, last year. We followed every game, and we started 3-0. We lost to Virginia, and then all of a sudden everything went south. Even one at Stanford, when we lost to Stanford, and we heard reports of players making fun of Mike, and didn't want to play for him, and it was a terrible trip to Stanford, and then all of a sudden everybody wanted him fired by the bye week.
Yeah. So, are we talking about Virginia or Louisville now?
Well, we're talking about last year preparing to this year coming up because
Yeah. They're a pretty solid team. Obviously, they won last year, and it's a hard game to be played at Virginia. I went to one of those games many years ago with one of my dad's friends who lives in Virginia, and we lost. It's hard to win it's
Right.
hard to beat them on a home turf, but they're coming to us this year, and I think it's a free for all at this point. I think you're right. I mean, many of y'all are right. We're going to be out for revenge on that,
Mhm.
and want to win. We're on our home turf now. So I think it could go either way, to be honest with you, because they're a pretty solid team, but I don't know who
Right.
they have this year. So
Mhm. And then we got to go to Louisville on a Friday night, so that's another Friday night.
that's going to be tough, I think. Louisville's always been, you just
Oh, yeah.
don't, it's going to be tough.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
going to be a
And I'll
tough one.
say,
They're scrappy usually.
no, yeah, and it's like I was looking at I was looking. I'm actually right now on the official FSU website, and here's something that you probably didn't know. Florida State will play 3 Friday night games for the first time since 1955, and play 4 non-Saturday games in the regular season for the first time in program history.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Crazy. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like I don't know why we have to play on Friday nights and Monday night. It's like I know it's for TV ratings, but still, I
Mhm.
mean, we've never done really good on non-Saturday games, so I don't know, but
Right.
it is what it is, and we just got to do what the ACC says.
Right. All right, let's move on to the next game, and we got a rematch against our rivals down in. And I'm glad this game is not down in not Labor Day night because they lost the national game on their home field, so they're not going to be that pissed by the time October 17th comes around. But we don't even know what quarterback's going to be there at Miami. Could it be the $7 million man who just left? Mr. Carson Beck, who basically wasn't going to school at Miami. He was already graduated. Did you hear about that? He was already graduated.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he admitted it right on TV.
Yeah. It's like
He
yeah,
did.
I'm going to school in
He
2
did,
years.
Johnny. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So now the Miami's in the running for that guy from Duke who is being sued by Duke right now because
Yeah, Jared Minsa. Yeah.
yeah. And my brother Will, who's a Miami guy, he doesn't want that guy. I'm like, well, you're going to get him anyway.
Why doesn't he want him, Chris? I mean, I think he'd be a perfect fit down in Coral Gables. I mean, yeah, he did play at Duke, and I liked what he did in Durham, and
right.
I think.
But if you have a contract with somebody, you need to honor that contract.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
that
like
is true.
we
Yes.
all have jobs, we all have contracts with people, and you got to honor that. And if you wanted to leave, you should have made a negotiation and saying, "Hey, can I have 1 year with an option?" Instead of 2, and then go. Now if you want to go down to Miami because you think your stock's going to be better, okay, go down there and try to figure out how to run Mario Cristobal's offense because truthfully that offense stinks anyway. It's basically the only way you beat Miami is you just control the run game, and Fletcher is the guy who's the run guy. So if you control him, you basically could actually beat Miami in Miami, right, Johnny? Do you agree?
Oh man, that'd be something else. Yeah, I mean, even this year, as bad as we played against them, I mean, we were still 1 score away from beating them.
Right.
They had 28 points at halftime, and our defense shut them out in the second half.
True that.
So I mean, honestly, as bad as we played against them, we did still have a shot to beat them in Tallahassee.
Right.
And, same thing with them. Who knows who their quarterback is going to be? If if Duke doesn't let this kid go, then, what does Miami do now? They're starting a third quarterback in 3 years.
Yeah.
And, I mean, a lot of times we do seem to play well down there against them, and in Doak South.
Yeah.
Right.
And, I heard this thing could be settled Wednesday. And it's regarding what Duke is going through with Darian Minsa. It's just a big old mess. It's like, come on. I mean,
Well, it's like a big slap in the face to Duke because Duke helped Miami get into the college football playoff.
Yeah. And it's like
gave them the here you won. We won for you. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You know?
and it's like it's just a mess, Chris. It's
right.
So
all right. So after that, we got a Halloween night against Clemson, and I know the last time we beat Clemson, it was back in when Jameis Winston was playing. Yeah, that's been a long time at home. Yeah, that's really sad. We haven't beat them at home. But this is going to be a different Clemson team now because Dabo is very upset about one of his coaches getting sent over to Ole Miss because I guess he's having an issue with the receipts or something, or tampering or some kind of crap.
With poaching one of his players.
Yeah, one of his players.
That's right.
Wait, I have a question. The last time we beat Clemson was when?
I think it was when Jameis Winston was suspended.
I thought we played them in 2023, or am I wrong?
We did play them in 2023 in Clemson. We won.
Yeah, we didn't won, but the last few times they played at Tallahassee, we've been blown out.
Oh, in Tallahassee, okay.
Yeah,
that was when I think it was Sean McGuire was the backup.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sean McGuire won that game.
That's right, Johnny. You're correct.
Yeah, I think I have the clip of that. Yeah. Hold on here. I think I do. I got too many of them. Anyway, but so we haven't beat Clemson at home, so that we need to beat Clemson at home. And they're coming off of they're losing their quarterback. So we don't know what Clemson's going to look like. That's another question.
Oh, sure.
So, all right. So, anybody want to chime in about Clemson there?
No, I'm all good. I'm ready to talk about our. Now we got to go up to. It's most likely going to be cold in Chestnut Hill on November 7th when we go up to Boston College.
But hopefully it's not that bandana game. That's what
they always seem to save that for us.
Yeah, or Miami or somebody else.
Well, I believe it's going to be the Rutgers game since it'll be the 25th anniversary of 9/11.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking that's going to be the red bandana game.
Maybe. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to pick yet. But like you said, Adam, going up to Boston in November, it's pretty chilly up there, and
as someone who used to live there, I know.
Yeah, and Florida schools don't do well. No matter what, pros or college, they don't do well in the cold weather anyway. That's just a proven fact. So anybody want to chime on this game against Boston College? Matt, Priscilla, anybody?
I think they're a good team. They've been a pretty solid team throughout the years. I think it's going to be another tough one. But
Bill O'Brien's a pretty good coach.
I think it's going to be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And it is official. The red bandana game will be the home opener for Boston College versus Rutgers.
Okay. That's cool. Awesome. All right, so let's move on to that. Next one is another Friday night game in Pittsburgh against the Panthers. And we know all about the last time we played in Pittsburgh. We beat them, part of that great run we had in 2023. So basically they beat us last year down in our neck of the woods, by a very good quarterback. So we played pretty decent in Pittsburgh. I think we should be okay. But anyway,
it's a Friday night game.
That's the one. The one problem that I mainly have with this schedule they did to us is that we're going to Boston College on a Saturday and have to fly back home, but then you have to turn around and fly back to Pittsburgh and play on a Friday. I'm not really sure how you get stuck with that. That not so helpful scenario there, but somehow we seem to get it.
Right. Well, I think they should do is like what the West Coast teams do. Like if you're going to Boston College, stay on the East Coast and then stay somewhere in Pennsylvania for the week. Let the kids play. Let the kids do their schooling on computer.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea because you're going to play in Boston, fly home, then turn around and fly back there on a Thursday to get ready to play on a Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, Adam, write that down. Suggest that to Mike when we see him in July.
Yeah.
Maybe you should stay in Philadelphia for for the week and practice at Villanova or something like that, then go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, hey Chris, that could be a game you and I attend. I mean,
we could do that one Friday night. Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I know it's Friday night, and it's like, I mean, why not?
Yeah, like Johnny has a good point. Why fly the team back home? Like the game Saturday, it will be like what? Hopefully not. If it's a 12 o'clock game, 12 noon is okay because you get home you fly at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you get back here by 8, and you got Sunday's an off day. Monday you get ready but you get a short week because it's almost like the NFL does. Like you have that Sunday to Saturday, Thursday game. Like after they play on a Sunday. So that's a good point. They should stay in Pittsburgh, or they should practice in Pittsburgh and stay there for the week instead of going back home and then turn around and go back up there. That's going to be really tough for kids to get their education. Yeah. That's a good point.
Well, that, and then plus, I mean, heck, Boston and Pittsburgh is not that far from each other compared to going from Boston to Tallahassee, then from Tallahassee to Pittsburgh. I mean, we're just like what Johnny said. That's what they should do.
Yeah.
We should do
like Adam should write that
there.
down. Adam, write that down. Talk to Mike in July about staying in Pittsburgh. Or you can stay at my house. I got room.
It's called. I can vouch. It's called Chris has room.
Yeah, I can just tell Charlie and my girlfriend's father. I got Mike Novell coming over for the week.
Hey Chris, it's called.
Mike's going to be practicing on the backyard here. Is that okay with you, sir?
Hey Chris, it's called.
That'd be tremendous.
Yeah, I know that'd be funny as hell.
And then we got Coach Novell as a guest, and it's like, how's practice? Well, it's called.
Hey, if you practice right outside my door here, I don't have to go anywhere. I can just look out the window and go, hey,
heck yeah.
Heck yeah. All right, so we had that Friday game against Pittsburgh, and then we got to go home before Florida. We got to play NC State. So that's the last home game of the ACC schedule before we take on the Gators. So that game last year, NC State was kind of we had them on the ropes until we had that botched punt that hit us in the helmet.
Yeah. Oh man, watching that replay again brought back bad memories.
My brothers didn't even know what happened until I told, and my brother Will goes, "Did you really see that?" And I was like, "Yeah, the guy got hit on the helmet by the football." He texts me back, goes, "What is wrong with your school?" I'm like, "I don't know, dude. We're done for the year. Can we just finish this schedule?"
Yeah, I mean, it went all the way back to the punter.
Yeah,
the punter recovered it back at the basically a lot of scrimmage.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, NC State's a good team. Dave Dorian keeps them in the. They always go to bowl games. So they're a pretty decent squad. So, Adam, you have anything about NC State?
Well, they did get a transfer wide receiver from Miami earlier today. Okay. So I think NC State's going to be good. I don't know how good they'll be, but I think they'll be. I mean, it's 3 days before my birthday, and I would like an early birthday present victory for Mike Norvell and Florida State.
Yeah, let's make that happen for you.
Yeah.
After what happened last year, I was like, really?
Really?
I was like, I don't even want to think about last year. So we had 2 straight miserable years. We do not need it to be third time the charm. We need Florida State to be back to where fans know us and up in the echelon of the ACC. And I really wished we could have played James Franklin in Virginia Tech, but unfortunately we don't this year. But hopefully we will in 2027, because I think that would have been a good matchup. Mike Norvell versus James Franklin. I in Tallahassee Saturday night. Both teams really good. That would have been quite an interesting game, I will say. But oh well.
Yeah. All right. The last game on the schedule is we all know about Florida.
Yeah. and it's Black Friday.
It's Black Friday and it's back in Tallahassee. So they basically have a new coach, new everything, like everybody else is basically.
Can't get a gator head on your helmet until you earn it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, Priscilla. I saw that earlier tonight. I saw that. It's like
remember the Tomahawks?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got to bring that back. Are they bringing that back?
They should.
They should. Because that was pretty cool when I was a kid growing up, Johnny, with all the Tomahawks.
Man, it was intimidating when you saw somebody's head covered in tomahawks,
right?
You know, because, you knew what they were all about,
right? Now it's like we don't have tomahawks anymore. Why not?
I thought it was always a nice little gesture for them. I mean, the same thing with Ohio State when they have that Buckeyes all over their helmets, man. I mean. You know what that guy's going to bring every time he plays. So you have to, if you feel a little, you know who's got what players on the field when you got those stickers on that helmet.
Right.
Amen to that, Johnny. Amen to that, bro.
Yep. All right. So the ACC championship game this year is at 12 noon on December 5th.
Yes.
So that's going to be easy for everybody else. We know.
That's usually a night. Did they just change that? Because that's usually the 8 o'clock
game this year. Because
yes, they did.
Here's what I found out.
They didn't set like this afternoon.
Yeah, this is what I found out. I did some research here on the TV ratings. Last year, between Duke and Virginia, they averaged 3.5 million to 3.8 million viewers on ABC. That was actually down from 6 million against Clemson in 2024 versus SMU and 7 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're going to put it at 12 noon because the Big 12 is going to go to Friday night championship game. I guess we're going to be the first big game on 12 noon, and then I guess the SEC will come after that, and then the Big 10 will be 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I wonder if it has to do with, because the weather is always kind of crappy up there too. I mean, it's December, so I wonder if playing it at noon, maybe you get a little better weather.
Oh.
Yeah, I think at Michigan was actually pretty decent. It wasn't that cold.
Was it?
Well, yeah, it was just cold.
It was just cold. It wasn't
okay.
It wasn't like cold. It was cold.
I wondered. I didn't, not knowing that had happened. I just wondered if that was sort of a factor in it, or if it was just because, like you say, the matchup last year wasn't ideal for anyone. Mm-hmm. So maybe just the viewership kind of helped bring that along too.
Well, they could have had a better viewership if they went to Miami and Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, they definitely would have.
Yeah, but with all these weird scenarios, they have.
Because we would have all tuned in to watch Miami lose that game too.
Yeah. And
Johnny, my brother Will is still reeling from the Carson Beck fired that interception, and he goes,
"Oh man!"
And he texts me, he goes, "It's Testaverde all over again."
Oh man, that was a joyous occasion for many of us.
And I told him the other day, like they put the Titanic song to it when he threw the.
Oh, I've seen that clip. I've seen that video.
I've seen it.
I'm like, oh god, like that's sad that your last college pass is hooked up to a Titanic theme song.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
That was an amazing way to end the game and for the Indiana Hoosiers to claim the national championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you what. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just saying, I was watching it with I was texting my brother, who's a Miami guy. You all know that. And he texted me right after that pass. He goes, Testaverde. And I'm like,
oh,
really?
Man.
Yeah. And I'm like, and then the best thing, Johnny, I called him up the next day, and he was at my parents' house, and I go, I thought you were on a witness protection plan right now, buddy. He goes, no,
I gotta tell you,
I'm like, okay, just checking.
When Indiana had to settle for the field goal and Miami got the ball back down by 6, I mean, I knew what was about to happen. They were going to go down there and win. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it too many times when they played us.
Yeah.
You left them some life. If Indiana scores a touchdown, that game's over with.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, they're down by 6, and Miami's going down the field. I'm like, I know what's about to happen here, and it's going to be terrible.
Right.
I mean, it was like, Malachi Tony was wide open, and Carson Beck didn't throw it to him. And I was like, if that could have been the first Florida school since Florida State in 2013 to win national championship.
Don't say that to Central Florida because they thought they were like.
Well, Chris, no, I know that, but
right.
no, it's
So,
official.
Anyway, the last question of the night here before we get off the air here. What if does Mike get fired if we get off to a tough start? That's a $10 question here tonight. I don't have $10 right now in front of me, but let's start with you.
Do we hope that he does, or will he?
Will he get fired if because it sounds like a Willie Taggart situation. Like when Willie Taggart played like had a crappy season, and then we lost to Miami. And then he got fired mid-season. Can that happen? But they didn't. They tried to do that this year, and the buyout was too hard or something. It was just weird. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think he will get fired if we go 1-3, and we lose to New Mexico State and Central Arkansas? He's gone.
Oh, you can hang. If we lose those 2 games, you can just go ahead and hang that up.
Yeah,
I mean, because the fan base is gonna not show up for any more. If you lose those games, the fan base ain't not coming back.
Right.
Nope.
I hope not.
And then you got the stadium you spent so much money on that nobody wants to sit in. So
true.
Hey,
I mean, I think if you go midway into the season and you're 4-2, then I think he's going to be safe for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you got to win that New Mexico State game. You got to win that Central Arkansas game. I mean, those are your supposed to be your 2 guaranteed wins on the schedule, no matter what. And then you play a good game against Alabama, but then you got 4 of your first 5 games are at home.
Right.
So you got a really good chance to go 4-1 in your first 5 games.
True. I agree. Adam, go ahead.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Priscilla and Johnny, I got a question for both of you. And so what do you think of Kurt Signetti winning the national championship and the job that he's done at Indiana the past couple seasons? Priscilla and then Johnny.
I think it's been I like him. I really, really do. And I think he's done an amazing job with his players. I was so happy to see Indiana win, not just because I don't like Miami, that is true, but also because they all seem like really good kids, the majority of them, especially their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And this is their first national title. What a great thing to see. But I think he's done a tremendous job. And I think he's probably going to keep doing one. I think he's going to be a big contender for the next few years.
Yeah.
In the top 5. That's what
I learned a lot about, Indiana, obviously, with them being in the national championship, all this has. I didn't know they were the losingest program in college football over the hit. And then for what he's done there in 2 years. And then, everybody talks about the 4 and 5 star players you got to have on your team. That guy proved to everyone that if you get guys that buy into what you're doing, you can win football, no matter what conference you're in. All the big boys he played and beat. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, he lost 2 games in 2 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, took the next step this year and won the national championship going undefeated. I mean, it's just, it's one of those, he couldn't write a movie script better than what happened to them. But I think he deserved every bit of it. And all those guys bought into what he had to preach. And they bought into what he had to say, and they performed and executed exactly the way they were supposed to. It shows you. I mean, you don't have to be a blue blood football program to win national championships if they buy into the coach.
Right.
Oh yeah.
They all had togetherness. When Johnny, well, you're exactly right, and Priscilla, you are as well. They all played as a team. There was no. Yeah. They did not play for individual stats or I'm gonna get this. I'm going to be the best person in the team so that I can go and transfer and then transfer portal and go somewhere else next year. They really bought into the system that Kurt Signetti went ahead and presented. The coaches bought in to the system as well, to Signetti, along with the players. They all just play as a team, and they all just really had this tremendous drive, this momentum. And I mean, they never let up. I mean, when they were in the playoffs, when they played the Big Ten championship game against Ohio State, against Miami, when they where they could have lost that game, all that pass had to do was go and just slip by that guy's hands, and it would have been a touchdown Miami, and Miami would have won that game. But no, he intercepted the ball. So tremendous resiliency and the job that team has done.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a team that you can't not say you don't want to see them win. Like, you just wanted to see them win.
Yeah.
They deserve everything.
Oh, yeah. It's did you guys see where Fernando Mendoza's brother is going to be playing next year?
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, so we have to deal with the Mendoza in the ACC again.
Well, at least it ain't his brother.
Hey, it's called. Well, that's true, but still, it's called.
But I mean, but who knows? I don't know much about his brother, so maybe he turns it.
Yeah. Well, he only threw a couple passes this year. In the mop-up games. He didn't really.
Right.
He didn't really start any games. He just came in and filled in for his brother when he got hit in the Big Ten championship game, right, bud? Right, Matt?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, for one play, and that was it.
We had a couple plays. That was it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And then, when speaking about the championship game, the national championship game against Miami, holy crap! I mean, that hit that Fernando took was.
We all know. Yeah, everybody in the country knew that there should have been a flag on that play.
Thank you.
I mean, my question is, that should have been absolute targeting.
That was targeting.
That was a malicious hit. Miami wanted him to get knocked out of the game.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly.
And all I can say is that, Indiana joins Yale as the only team to go 16-0. And for you guys who don't know, I had a grandfather who went to Yale. He didn't play any sports, but Indiana joined Yale as the only 16-0 teams in college football history. And Indiana can say they're the only school to have an undefeated football team and an undefeated basketball team.
Yep.
It's pretty
cool.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up here, but thank you, Priscilla and Johnny, for joining us tonight. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, always enjoy it. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, we'll get you on
Thanks,
we'll get you back on during spring ball or something like that.
We got 18 days till opening day.
Yes, until baseball.
I love the road to Omaha, and I love the road to OKC. So I'm ready for I'm ready.
Yeah, Florida State baseball plays against JMU again, right? Open up the season.
Yeah, we're opening up with James Madison again. Yep, correct.
Yep. I think that my neighbor actually graduated, so he's not even on JMU anymore.
Oh,
really? Oh man, that's too bad.
I know. I told you about it last year.
I remember that.
Yeah. I just found out he's working for Towson University now. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Nice.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, it's called we can't forget it's the inaugural season for Florida State women's lacrosse.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're already loaded up and we're already planning. We're bringing Section B to women's lacrosse, man. We're excited and pumped and ready for those guys.
Nice.
Let's go. I can't wait.
We'll work on that. I'll get him on the schedule and see if I can get him on the show. So we'll see what we can do.
I mean,
so James Tibbs, that played baseball at Florida State, his sister transferred in this year to play on this inaugural team.
Nice.
So if you want to get her on there, I can make that happen for you. I can easily talk to her, and I'm sure she'd be glad to talk about it.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let's go.
She's an awesome person, man. She's really excited about this women's lacrosse getting going. So I'm sure she'd love nothing more than to come on here and talk about it with you guys.
They play not this Saturday. They play the 7th of February.
The 7th, 1:00.
Yeah, good Stephen University, and then they have a good schedule. ACC,
yep. And they're building a brand new beautiful stadium out there for them too.
They are.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
I've seen
Nice.
pictures, and it's like it looks really cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, man. There's a lot of people excited about it.
Yeah,
I am.
I'll see if I can get the coach on, and if you want to get her on, that'd be great too. Just let me know.
Yeah, I would definitely. I'll talk to her. I mean, I'm sure she would love to do it. You know, any chance like for her to get on here and talk about her and her team, and especially being the first year, I think she'd be all for it.
Yeah, just tell her Tuesday. Just pick a Tuesday when she's available. Just let me know.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll talk with her this week, and I'll get her your information, and we'll see if we can set something up.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send you my. I think you have my email. I'll send it to you anyway on Messenger. And you
can... Okay, yeah, please do. I'd love to for that to happen. I'd love for her to be on here talking about that with you guys.
Yeah, that'll work. All right, so folks, we'll be on tomorrow night. We'll do our weekly show tomorrow night. We will have Dale Warren on at 8:00, but we're going to start at 7:45 with the women's basketball coach from Towson, Coach Harper, will be joining us at 7:45. So, Johnny and Priscilla, thank you. Matt, thank you. And Adam, thank you. And myself, thank you. So we'll see you all tomorrow night at 7:45 right here on Herbert Hem Sports Radio on StreamYard. We'll see you all then.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Go Noles.
Go Noles.